Hi, you guys. So I wanted to make this video because I noticed a couple things about this experiment that HAARP recently conducted, and it was part of a dream update that I did about the 29th. I saw a pair of balloons that you would give someone on their birthday. I saw the two come up. The two was white and the 9 was dark or black. Not sure if I specified that in the last video. I know it was in the original video. And also there was an apparition, which looked to me pretty fictional. The depiction of it was pretty fictional to me, but it was moving, and I just knew that it was a ghostly figure, or I know it was, the threat wasn't there as I would see it with a demonic figure, like a real demonic figure. Okay, maybe that was on purpose. But it's two things that I noticed here. I showed this in the last video, and this was their itinerary, I guess, for the HAARP experiment. And it talks about the experiment going on from the 19th to the 28th. What I did not notice is that after the 28th, there is a to be determined, and the to be determined may be for the 29th. Okay? Also, what I realized is that when I was doing the update to the dream, the ghostly figure showed up over the 29th, and I was saying that something would be released after that time, but it very well might have been the date of the 29th. Okay, and maybe I was incorrect in saying that. Either way, the experiment was from the 19th until, you can say, today, which happens to be the time period in which the Satanists conduct the bulk of their rituals, the 19th until the 31st, of course. So I just thought that was interesting that they picked that particular time period to conduct these experiments, and not just these experiments, the largest experiment that they've ever conducted. Also, on the 25th was the lunar eclipse. Okay, the last one, which is the fourth stage, VLF amplification, from the 22nd to the 28th. And after that, it says to be determined. So maybe their results is what was supposed to be determined. But I can tell you that there was a lot of things happening from the 29th until now. Today's 31st. So I just wanted to point that out to you, and maybe that's exactly what the Lord was showing me, that they expect to see their results after their VLF amplification of their experiment. Okay, so it says, let me read this because I wasn't able to read this in the last video. It says, the third orientation in the fourth step, which again I believe is the VLF amplification, is a mixture of electronic and supernatural forces. How in the world they can do this? It sounds to me like opening a portal. That's the only way I can explain it. Okay, I know they're messing with the atmosphere. I know there's some fiber optic stuff going on. How they're able to do this and call it science, and how it even actually merges the worlds of the supernatural and the natural. I don't know. Don't ask me. But I'm just letting you know what they said. And there's a point to this. It says, the waves used at the time will allow supernatural forces to travel through optic fibers, coaxial cables, electric and phone lines in order to penetrate to everyone at once through major appliances. embedded chips will be already in place. What chips they're talking about? I have a theory on that. Or are they, I have a theory on that. The goal of this deals with global satanic ghosts projected all around the world in order to push all populations to the edge of hysteria and madness, to drown them in a wave of suicide, murder, and permanent psychological disorders. So they were trying to send a wave or induce a spirit of murder. Sounds like to me. During this project. This is also in that video that I shared. I did put it in my video. It says, suns out, ghosts out, paranormal activity expected to increase during the eclipse. The eclipse was again on October 25th during the time period of this experiment that they did. We had this, I did do a video on this, but when I was uploading my last video that I put out about Halloween, I noticed that it was on private. And anyway, all I did was mirror a short story about it. But 154 people killed in the celebration of Halloween in a stampede in Korea. This is another one. This was the 29th, and this one says the 30th. And when I made the video, that's because of the time difference, perhaps, or when it was reported. It's the 29th and the 30th. Also, there was a what they call the SUP, stand-up paddleboard, which is in Wilmette. Warlocks, witches, sorcerers, they all dressed up, and they had a stand-up paddleboard parade, I would assume. I posted this in my community also. These are just some pictures. Onlookers. One person likes to have a witch hat on. Also, this is from today. They were anticipating, I think on the 28th, in Alaska, a landslide with the threat to trigger a historic mega tsunami as a result of what they did. This is also just a clip of someone that works in HAARP, rolling up in that area that was prohibited, later on prohibited, okay? This is also just some items, some things that were in the air that weren't moving. I believe this happened also on the 28th or the 29th. Just some things that were observed in the air that weren't moving. They were black. I've seen those blown up. We still don't know what those are. And again, like I said, the solar eclipse was on the 25th. And today, Morbi bridge collapse. India police arrest 9 after this disaster. So if they were trying to affect the atmosphere, affect the earth, as if we don't already have a lot of earthquakes and volcano eruptions or threats to that. Yellowstone, they had a 2.9 with black smoke coming out of the geysers. From what she didn't say this, but from what she was trying to research, that was the highest in the past 30 days. I don't know if it's the highest that they've ever had, but all of these things took place after the 29th or the 28th, after the HAARP experiments that they did. As if there aren't enough things going on spiritually, wars, rumors of wars, financially, medically, okay, unimaginable. I'm going to keep this video short. Just want to share some of those things with you and just tell you that there's a to be determined. They can try to determine all they want. Just continue to pray and just be aware of some of the things, because we, me myself, we just don't pay attention to the atmosphere around us. And then you got people trying to manipulate those things, and then they're saying on top of that they have the ability to release basically demonic, increase demonic activity during that time. All right, I love y'all. I'll leave some links below if you want to see, all of what I have talked about so far. Y'all be safe tonight. Say a prayer for yourself, say a prayer for your household, just simply because we are dealing with some end time heavy stuff, increase in activity, increase in intensity, just all around. Okay?